Hello. Welcome to Eco Tarot. This is actually my first video for the channel, and so I thought I would introduce myself a little bit and then do something very quick with actually the signs in Cardinal, Mutable, or Fixed. I don't really see that on YouTube, so I thought that would be fun to do those energies. And anyways, my name is Kensley, and I am, I guess, the Ego Tarotist, which I thought was really funny. I thought it was awesome because so I'm a wildlife biologist and I love ecology and learning about the world, and I kind of got into spirituality accidentally. And I feel like I've gone through this awakening kind of shift in my life. I've been called to, do something a little more meaningful with my life. I still have, my regular job that I love, but I feel called to help others maybe see the world through a different perspective. And so I don't own any crystals. I mean, I have things like turtle shells and stones from my, that I've collected throughout and driftwood and things like that. That's what I concentrate my energies on. So my readings will be more animal focused, ecologically focused, but I think very much applicable to the real world, and I think that's because the natural world speaks to us more than we let on, and I think there are a lot of lessons to be learned through understanding the world a little bit better. Anyways, like I said, my background is in wildlife biology, and so yeah, wanted to introduce myself, and so I'd like to start off. I think I'm just going to do a very quick reading, kind of a you, them, and your connection, but using the cardinal sign. So I'm a newbie to astrology, to tarot. I was a scientist in my former life, still am, and so I really didn't get into it. I have to say, I was like, well, astronomy, I get. No, and that's what's the funniest thing is that I would almost believe a non-believer who has been whose eyes have been opened, than someone who's, I don't know. Actually, I believe those guys just as much, but I think having that perspective of, I don't believe in any of this stuff, to coming to terms with hard terms with realizing how much actual energy and connectivity and spirituality there is in every living thing. It definitely, it does not lend credibility necessarily, but it lends a new perspective on it. And that's where I kept looking for something like what I was like, well, people use the animal oracle decks and things like that, but I'm like, where are the ecological principles? Where do we talk about Fibonacci sequence and the golden rule and the divine, proportions and things like that are found in every living thing, like tornadoes and sheep's horns and a snail and a chambered nautilus and the way a squirrel curls up in its den in the galaxy, solar system. It's like, it's everywhere. It connects us all through mathematics, and that's what I've realized was what I loved about. I always knew that there was something connecting us all. I just didn't realize it was spirit. I thought I knew that there was something, but it's funny how you come to terms with life. COVID actually the quarantine really made me look at things differently. So these are all blessings in disguise in how we have to go through life. So in understanding the cardinal signs versus mutable signs versus fixed signs, it's my understanding that the cardinal signs are each one. There's one of each in the zodiac. There's Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Fire, water, air, and earth. That's cardinal, and those are the initiators. Those are the igniters. Those are the starters of an idea, a concept, of business interactions, of love, of living life. The mutable signs, which are Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo, are those that they start in one season and end in another season. Spring and end in fall. Winter into spring. Not spring into fall. Summer into fall. Whatever. I'm new at this, and this is probably, I'm not even going to probably post this because I'm not used to this. But honestly, I prefer imperfection to perfection any day of the week, because it's real and it's honest, and I'd rather not rehearse stuff. No. When I talked about air, fire, earth, and water, I guess what I also meant is, so the cardinal signs, they are the starters, and they stay in whatever season that they're in. Mutable signs are the variable signs, and they change, like I said, in different, from winter to spring, from spring to summer. And then fixed signs are the sustainable signs of the zodiac, where they stay in the same season, but they're sustaining. They are the peak of each season, I think. I'm pretty sure. They are the most summery of the summer, or the most wintry of the winter, or the most fall-esque of the fall. So that's my understanding. But I like that, because I like that they're all different elements, but they all have the common bond. And so that's the energy that I'm going to tap into today. And I am going to start with my spirit animal oracle. And again, I'm new to this, so I feel like I'm kind of like the fool, learning as I go, and really stepping off into the unknown with just an apple. I got my apple, I got some sunscreen, I got my sunglasses, maybe a bottle of water. We're just gonna road trip it indefinitely. We'll go as we go. I have complete faith that things are gonna work out. I've realized I've been such a doubter all of my life, and it's taken this tower awakening moment, whatever, in my life to really realize, you know what, you've actually gone through a lot of stuff in your life, and every time you look back on what you've gone through and you realize, yeah, that all worked out the way it should have. Like, all the things that I wanted were not the things that I needed, or they were what I wanted, just not in the way I wanted it. that's that sign. You can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. Now that's going to be stuck in my head the whole time. But, so anyways, I feel like I've had a lot of valuable insight, and yeah, so bear with me on this journey. We're going to learn together. Please feel free. Clearly, this is for all of the signs, this video, and as if you watch any other tarot reader on YouTube, you pretty much understand there's this kind of a very similar spiel of, you know, each sign is truly, to me, they just quickly say, you know, it's your sun, moon, Venus, and rising, and which no one says ascendant. And in the documentation that I'm going to put in a link below, it's called ascendant. And I was like, where's the heck is the rising? So stuff like that they all know about, but like newbies getting into it don't know. So I'm going to put that kind of stuff in my bottom. What is bottom? In the box below, because I think that's important. And then also, frankly, I think it's a fresh take on what's been done a lot. Like all of these guys, I have very different understandings of these animals in this deck. It's the weirdest thing. Like I like what they have to say, the message, and then there's like this deeper message behind it that I'm like, just based on personal experience, it really is interesting to me. So oh yeah, so it's sun, moon, and rising, and Venus, whatever, but really, so I didn't realize it's, you know, your sun is really just whatever zodiac you've always been told you had. It's your exterior, it's what you put out into the world, but the moon is actually what's truly hidden inside, and so that's almost sometimes more important. Or whatever, I think, placements you have a lot of that energy in, I think it's important to look at those signs. So I think I really like that. This is, you know, it's going to be for anybody. I'm going to have, so you can please, you know, assign whatever energy it is that fits you. And if it doesn't fit you, then it may not be meant for you, and that's okay. But to me, even if it's not really meant for me, I still sit there and I'm like, all right, I'm still learning something. I'm still, if nothing else, I'm learning about how to empathize with someone else who's going through all of that crap. I'm like, damn, that must be brutal. And really trying to put yourself into your own, you know, somebody else's shoes, I think is really important. So anyways, I'm going to start off with the cardinal signs: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. The initiators, the starters. And I'm going to do 3 cards, 3 animal oracles. One for you, one for them, and one for your connection. And oh, this is fun. I don't think I've had groundhog yet. And I'm sure I'm awkward at shuffling and all of it. Okay. Turkey. Alrighty, you guys, for you got the rhino spirit. Oh, I think they're such cool creatures. Then for them, we've got groundhog spirit. Let it go. That Frozen song. And then for your connection is antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. Okay. Now I'm going to just do 3 cards each. And I'm hopeful that a lot of times when I do this, that come out, and I don't like that. So I'm hopeful I can just shuffle and then just get 3 cards each. 3 for the rhino, please. Overcome any obstacle. I really think it's interesting that there's like bird wings on it. Okay. Oh, thank you, spirits. 3 cards. All right, hold on. Let's just get it all out on the table. Groundhog, spirit, time to let go. See, and a lot of times they fall on the floor and then it's like a hot mess. Trying to pick them up. Oh, got 3 cards again. I am winning at this. Thank God. Oh, the other thing is that I've decided I'm still really new at the reverse, and I think a lot of people are not afraid, but they just, I think sometimes you really don't even need to reverse them, because just the way it comes out, I can almost tell whether it's supposed to be reversed based on how it's all coming, or it makes sense to me in that way. Like, oh, you need to do that, not it's happening to you. You should be doing that. Anyways, whoever does the reverse stuff is like awesome. They are the best. But to me, I feel like I just do better. I have less anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety. Not anymore, actually. I've really learned to understand, just breathe and take things one at a time. That's like a lot of cards, but okay, fine. That's 4. I can deal with 4. Okay. And you've got the 7 of Wands at the end. Okay. So for yourself towards somebody else, like I said, you've got the Rhino spirit with the Devil, the 7 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups, which is interesting that it's back to back. So in understanding the progression throughout each suit, I find that's very interesting. So overcoming any obstacles. So rhinos, I find they're very regal. They're almost extinct. I worked in a zoo in college, and I got to pet a baby white rhino. I probably contributed to it. You know, probably shouldn't be doing that, but whatever. And you know, I think that's very fascinating that the little crown is on the horn, because I mean, that's where that's one of the reasons why they're going extinct, is they're killed for their horns and left for dead. Similar with elephants, similar with other animals that have very specific, unique properties in their bodies. So it's almost like, you know, paying homage to the very thing that is its demise. And that's interesting, because then you've got the Devil. First off, I hope this works out right. Then the 7 of Cups, and then the 8 of Cups. And so to me, this means that, you know, I look at this goat. I want a goat so badly. I want it to scamper. Any animal that scampers I want a pygmy goat for my backyard that scampers and jumps on the highest things. Anyways, that goat's feet are on fire. He is not a happy camper. This card is typically either about chains to karmic-ish impacts, freedom from karmic impacts, from karmic chains. It could be about obsession. It could be about a lot of things. And it could just be that you're dealing with a Capricorn sometimes. I don't know. But I think that's interesting that the Seven of Cups came out afterwards, because it's a lot of choices. It can be overwhelming. Or the good part of it is that you're dreaming of all kinds of things and wondering what you can manifest. But the way that this card came out afterwards, this is usually apparently the Hermit guy from the Major Arcana walking away from 8 Cups, going to the mountain to think about it. So he's walking away from all of these choices and options that he was given, and perhaps walking away from the karmic-ish, the karmic bonds that were causing issues in his life. And I think that's interesting that you've got then overcome any obstacle, and that's exactly what the Hermit is doing. So you, my friends, are owning your power. You're walking away from the bullshit in your lives. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I cuss. I'm sorry if that's not offensive to anybody, and if it is, I really apologize. But that's just my personality. I was a field biologist for a long time, and you learn, pick up things in the field. Just sorry. Keeping it real. And so you're overcoming this obstacle, this karmic bond, or these obsessions. Oh, because I can take that personally as, to me, the obsession over too many things, and walking away from it all. I have gotten I watch a couple tarot readers, and it's really coming through lately to from other people to unplug from social media, from Netflix, from all the things that keep your eyes on a screen, which doesn't help that I'm having this video, because I'm like, watch me and then unplug. But maybe that's what this is saying, is that you're overcoming your obstacles and you're walking away, and maybe you need to downsize your options. So groundhog spirit, time to let go. So this is your person, time to let go. And he has this kind of really cool, oh, he's holding onto a heart. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. It's not focusing on me. Anyways, he's holding a heart that has a little string on it. And he's got this like headdress looking thing on his forehead. But to me, groundhogs, this says time to let go. Let go of the little heart that you're holding onto. So, sorry, I can't get this camera stuff right. Let go of what you're holding onto so tightly and dearly. This is him or her, whomever, your person. This is your person. Let go of whatever is holding on tightly. Except what I think of a groundhog is a destabilizer. I worked at airports, helping them with their wildlife management. And groundhogs were always an issue. because they would destabilize the ground underneath the runways, and that was a huge issue for the airfields. And so it kind of makes sense, though, if they're a destabilizer. It's just destabilizing energy. It's not stable. And that's interesting that 31 is 3 plus 1 is 4, and that's stability. So that's interesting. But I think, and maybe this is, your person needs to let go of whatever they're holding on to in order to stabilize their destabilized lives. And that is, man, I'm going long. I might have to do like a video for each one of these, because that'd be a really long video. So then you have the Mother of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Daughter of Cups. And so in terms of, oh, look at that. So you see this, oh, you know what I see? Sorry, gotta figure that out. I see indecision between two energies. Indecision between mature stability and the immature hot chick. I don't know. Or, so to me, I'm like, your person is really going through the ringer, they're holding on to maybe not making a decision, but they need to in order to stabilize their lives. And it could go either way. It could go, they're making a choice between two people. One is considered to be mature and stable and has her shit together, and she's amazing. She might be a little boring, I don't know, but she's a nature lover. I always think of myself as the the Queen of Pentacles, personally, because I'm such a badass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just mature, that's all, and I own a house. I don't know, I'm just Queen of Pentacles, right? And then between, so older mature lady who's got her shit together, and or man, whatever, or the hot young thing that looks great but has no substance. And this might be fun if you're really not looking to date seriously, but to me, I'm divorced 4 years ago or so. And yeah, I guess if you're not emotionally there, you can handle this. But I'm like, ugh, that whole dating without just hookups and just, there's no substance. I mean, get out of my face. So that's what I think about that, is that your person is having an issue letting go, making a decision on either two people or two ways of thinking. Should I be the independent, free, not young thing or whatever, they could be young or old, but should I be the single? This is not normally the single card, but I feel like I'm taking this as the young single card. Well, this chick could be single too, whatever. But you could also take it as energy. Should I take it as, should I be this single person then just dates around lightly and not really has any substance? Or should I be a person who's stable and responsible? That's what I think. Antelope. Life is speeding up. Number 2. Choices, balance, or balance, trying to figure out a choice. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Shit's coming in fast. Oh, and what do you know? Three of Swords, Page of Swords, Daughter of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. To me, that's a lot of fast energy. And antelope. Oh, I also petted one of those at a zoo before. I think of them as, obviously they're herd animals. They do better in a large group, very tightly compacted, so that and moving like a school of fish. That is their life strategy, is that they tend to protect their young and majority of the population when they are closer together. They also are herbivores, so they are not, you know, they're going to reproduce faster. They're more expendable, so there's going to be more of them. So I think of animals like this as like the mass population, like the really 3D people. Going with the herd, the people who are really not thinking for themselves yet, and just going along with whatever else everyone else is thinking. And they're fast, sure, but they're expendable. So that's interesting. Let's see how that plays out with these cards, clarifying how fast that is. So you've got heartbreak, curiosity is the Page of Swords, or it could be spying or gossip or whatever. I like to think it as a studious type thing, like you're curious about life and you want to learn. I mean, that might be Page of Pentacles, but I think intellectual curiosity at a young or innocent age. But these last two cards are collaboration, working well with someone. To me, this card represents high compatibility. Working with someone that you really want to work with, whether that's in work actually or in a relationship. Relationships still work, right? You're working with someone to collaborate on what you guys want to eat for dinner. And if you're highly compatible, you're willing to both love going to the sushi restaurant, which is really sad. Takeout sushi scares me. Look at that hot car. That sushi's sitting in there. I still get it though. I'm just risky. So I think collaboration is coming in fast. I think something's very speedy, and it has to deal with intelligence and truth and honesty, and maybe experiencing, you know, the truth. And that might, you know, there's heartbreak here. So maybe this is someone you already knew and you got your heart broken from them, and truth and honesty are coming in fast. I prefer, I mean, in collaboration. So to me, that's a win. I feel like that's a good thing. I don't know if that is, that's 34 minutes. I probably should stop. I'll do another one for the mutable and the fixed signs. But, oh, underlying turkey spirit, always have gratitude. I've decided be grateful for everything, and it changes your whole perspective on life. Don't be grateful for what you do have. Don't be, you know, upset about what you don't have. And then Seven of Wands is standing up for yourself. So be grateful, or whatever, fighting off people, defending, defensive, I like to think it as standing up for yourself. Like, I'm going there. So to me, I don't know if that really rings true for the rest of this. This is the underlying. So it's standing up for yourself, actually. It's overcoming, it's standing up for yourself, figuring out, defending your life, overcoming all of the obstacles that you had with a bunch of shitty people. It's, even though your person is super indecisive, sounds like something is coming in fast, so he's probably going to make a decision, or she. But you certainly aren't. You're making your own, you're claiming your power. You're standing up for yourself, and you're grateful for all the lessons you learned. Bye, loves. See you later.